Hi there everybody, this is David and welcome to New RPG News. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, from Fire Emblem to new RPGs coming out, a really cool tactical game, and Nintendo doing well physically, as well as Square Enix talking about Octopath Traveler 3. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff, and I definitely want to go over all of that with y'all. It's totally worth the sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. Thank you so much for your sub, your like, and your brand new hype. It helps me out a ton. So first things first, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. We got a whole 20 or so minute direct about this game earlier on in the week, and I did make a video all about that. So if you want like an in-depth coverage of this game, please go back and watch that video. So the main thing that I want to talk about here is just the timeline of it and what is going on. It says here, 5 years after the heroic games, the Dagdan Empire faces its end at the hands of the revived demon god Belor. 4 heroes who played a significant role in the heroic games have vanished. To confront the situation, the progenitor god Sothis charges one soul with saving the world from its end. That soul is you. So the game starts out 5 years after the heroic games. Then you travel back in time to see these 4 heroes. The way that the game has been presented was that you played as these 4 heroes and then you like warped 5 years into the future and then you were like the main protagonist. But that's not the way it is. You start as the main protagonist, then you go back into the past and you go through the 4 protagonists' stories. That's how it's actually structured, and that makes a whole lot more sense insofar as you being able to play these 4 heroes and you being able to, do their 4 stories in one save and play them at the same time. So you can basically, you start as the main protagonist, you go back in time, you do like the chapter 1 of Kai's story, then you go back to the main protagonist, you do chapter 1 of Dietrich's story, that sort of thing, until you rescue all 4 of these protagonists, then all 5 of you go out and you save the Empire. So that's how it's actually structured. Sword of Convalaria marks its 2nd anniversary with Frozen Path of Blood Chapter Update. I actually made a full video all about this update, so if you do want to check it out and see everything that Sword of Convalaria has to offer in its 2nd anniversary update, be sure to check that out. I will link it here. Sword of Convalaria, it's a strategy RPG that blends the classic console RPGs with pixel art graphics. Players take on the role of a mercenary leader in Iria, a kingdom rich in resources but torn apart by civil war, and embark on a journey to save the nation. The game features multi-ending structures where players manage their mercenary group, recruit allies, and make key decisions that influence the story, combat style, and final outcome. Now, there's a new Spiral of Destinies chapter, and that's where there's no gacha at all. It's called The Frozen Path of Blood, set in the snowy Lucia ice fields. The story expands the game's world by focusing on the lives, legends, and prophecies of the people surviving in this extreme environment. A follow-up story, Heart of the Ice Field, is also scheduled for release. The combat system's also evolving. Enemies in the Lucia ice fields possess a new natural protection mechanism, making strategic play, such as identifying enemy weaknesses, utilizing terrain and objects, and choosing between melee and ranged attacks, more important than raw combat power. New characters such as Anna, Rognilda, Yulia, and Alexei will be added sequentially, expanding the range of possible party combinations. There's also limited edition profile frames and backgrounds through a retrospective event, and there's commemorative mailing rewards, daily 10 polls during the event period, and attendance bonuses. Gross support events and rewards for new and returning players have also been expanded, and they've also said that they plan to continually expand the Spiral of Destiny's world and maintain their long-term service roadmap by consistently introducing new stories and strategic content. Suikoden Starleap launches August 7th in Japan, and there's a Suikoden Live pre-launch broadcast set for August 6th, which will already pass by the time that, this is live. But anyway, basically that's all that we know. It says information regarding the global launch for PC via Steam, iOS, and Android will be announced at a later date. So we know that it's coming out in Japan right now, only mobile in Japan, not PC on Japan, and we don't know when it's going to be out in the West for PC and for mobile. The Rune of Change is one of the 27 true runes that are said to be created in the world. Solar Year 453. Tragedy strikes a lakeside village located east of the Scarlet Wheat Empire, where mysterious enemies attack, houses go up in flames, and people have to flee for their lives. After the threat leaves, the hero, along with Hishi, Shirin, and Shapur, stand up to restore the village. As the hero and his friends depart for the journey, they quickly get caught up in the great swells of history. What are the atrocities that torment the people of the Empire? What kind of destiny will these encounters with Victor, Flick, Odessa, and the various others lead to? Small adventures eventually turn into large ambition for our precious one. So this talks about the Rune of Change, it talks about the Sindar Empire, it goes into the past. For those wondering, this is a gacha game. However, much like Sword of Convalaria, the story can be played without using any gacha whatsoever. The gacha is only if you want to create your dream team of bringing in characters from, Suikoden 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Tactics, Tierkris, whatever, Woven Web of the Century. If you want to bring any of those guys in, then yeah, you might have to pay up a couple of bucks. But if you just want to use, the 108 Stars of Destiny that are in the game and play it that way like a normal game, you can. Breath of Fire, this is not. Instead, it's a turn-based RPG based upon the Warren clan. Or I guess warrior cats, clans of the forest. Yeah. Been announced for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, Switch 2, and PC, due out this fall. I wonder when this fall, hopefully not September. September's packed. It's based on the Warrior Cats novel series. I've never read it, never heard of it, but okay, whatever. Apparently there are these warrior cats who are literally cats who are warriors, so yeah, it just looks interesting to me, but okay. It says experience 4 unique story campaigns shaped by the culture, conflicts, and traditions of each clan. Uncover distinct prophecies, rivalries, characters, and challenges as you see the forest through the different eyes with each journey. Journey through sprawling forests, marshes, moorlands, and sacred landmarks drawn from the world of warrior cats. Discover hidden paths, secret areas, environmental puzzles, and meaningful encounters from the clan territories to the moon pool and the island. Use timing, tactics, and specialized clan moves to overcome dangerous rival warriors, predators, and bosses. Build your moveset, exploit enemy weaknesses, and unleash powerful ancestor attacks granted by the Star Clan. Every choice influences your personal journey through the world guided by mysterious prophecies and spiritual omens. Discover unique story paths, dynamic quests, and epic adventures that make each playthrough feel different. Has anybody read this novel? If you've read this novel and you know anything about this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Brave Dungeon: The Meaning of Justice coming to the PS5 on August the 8th. This is a party-based dungeon RPG that first launched on the PC back in 2022, followed by the Switch in 2023. It says, a sequel that inherits the basic system of the previous Brave Dungeon from the Dark Witch series. You can play in different stories and different systems with the scenarios of the 3 protagonists. Walk through the vast forest of miracles and look for the exit of the forest. We'll proceed with the countless ivy doors that block the way by using the limited number of grass keys. You can further your exploration by picking up the pieces of Shega scattered throughout the forest and creating Shmega. I keep on wanting to say Schmegma, but that is totally not it. Oh my god! Your Schmegma items. Okay, the goal is to get the unsealed books hidden in the 3 library attacks. There's a sealing trap in the library that tests the wisdom of intruders. Papeline is brought to an empty plane. She begins to build her city from scratch. She's free to build the city as she wishes. Let her build a more attractive city and attract more visitors. Okay, I need to calm down. Exsanguis launches in early access on September the 10th. Okay, a demo is currently available if you would like to play it. From the creators of Other Side, Exsanguis delivers what the studio is known for: dynamic and epic turn-based combat in a visually striking world. Bleed the world for life. Fight the agents of perfection and stillness through strategic bloodbaths in this evolved rogue-lite tactical RPG game. Command the Stellae, elite warriors born from the sanguis of the Mater, and lead them into a battle to save a dying world. Fight in tactical combat against the forces of the stasis and restore the flow of life. In a world drained by the Purge, blood is defiance. Each drop of it paints the world in red and blacks as a reminder that life fights back. This is not just violence, it's a vivid rebellion in a pale, colorless world. Maybe it's just me, I don't really like pale, colorless worlds. I like bright, cheery worlds, like this one right here. Star Sand Island launches on August the 18th. Physical editions, hey, are coming out on November the 12th. Staying for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC. The physical editions will be out for the PS5 and the Switch 2. It looks like for $40 on November the 12th. Pre-orders are available now. Starstand Island has been crafted to be an inviting place for players to enjoy the simple life inspired by Chinese countryside and encapsulating traditional Eastern philosophy. Up to 4 players could experience the tranquility of island life together, whether that's exploring its varied landscapes, battling monsters in the ancient ruins, fishing off the coast, building together, and more. Its full release further expands on the amount of character interactions that players can have with the islanders. 19 NPCs will receive new 3-heart and 5-heart relationship quests that unlock additional content as stronger bonds are built with them. The game's 14 romanceable characters will also gain more dating activities, including picnics, kite flying, and playing arcade games together, further enriching and deepening each relationship. So this is one of those cozy farming sim rune factory-ish games right here. I've actually heard good things about this one. Speaking of hearing good things, this thing looks amazing! Cannot wait for this. Tactical RPG Beaten Path launches in 2027 for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. It's a turn-based tactical RPG set in a world ruled by fallen gods and ancient machines. Take command of Panna and her companions as they unravel the secrets of time, confronting lost memories, mythic powers, and a looping fate. Strategy, story, and spectacle converge in this character-driven journey. Master the battlefield with careful positioning, unit synergy, and decisive abilities. Flank enemies, exploit terrain, and command devastating abilities in grid-based encounters inspired by Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem. This thing looks fantastic. I really just hope that it actually lives up to what, it's inspired by. I really do. It looks great. This looks cutesy wootsy patootsy as well. Moonlighter 2 The Endless Vault launches on September the 2nd. It's currently in early access for the PC, but it will leave early access and launch for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC on September the 2nd. It'll also be available via Game Pass, and a demo is now available for all platforms. Then, they're going to be releasing physical editions for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC, apparently. Apparently the PC is getting a physical edition. Who knew? What is this, like 2005? That's coming out on November the 13th. It says that this brings its main story to a satisfying conclusion while introducing new weapons, armor, and the bomb path, a combat ability that causes enemies to explode after taking enough hits, damaging those nearby. Will's shop also reaches its final level, unlocking additional boblet slots, new cosmetic items, and even more room to make Tresna truly feel like home. For players eager to continue the adventure, the Infinite Endless Vault offers a new post-game challenge, an ever-escalating gauntlet of gold-filled runs designed to test even the most seasoned merchants. And for the truly fearless, hardcore mode raises the stakes to their highest level. Fall in the dungeon and it's back to the very beginning. Yikes! And apparently, this is cool too. The original Moonlighter is also free to claim on PC until August the 9th. So you can go on Steam and you can download the first Moonlighter game absolutely free right now up until August 9th, so be sure to do that and check it out. Monster Hunter Wilds Prologue demo is now available, and save data from the demo can be carried over into the full game. It's available for the PS5, Xbox, and PC. The demo allows players to enjoy the game from the prologue up to the beginning of Chapter 1-3 to the Forest in offline mode, including full access to the character creation and all 14 weapon types. So if you do play this, you might as well check it out and then transfer the full data to the game. And it says here, so it first launched for the PS5, Xbox, and PC back in 2025, but now there's a demo. So it launched without a demo. Now there is a demo, and there's a Switch 2 version currently in development, and apparently a major expansion for the game, Ascendance, is due out next year. Crimson Moon launches September the 1st. It's available in standard and deluxe editions. It's an action-adventure RPG coming out for the PS5, Xbox, and PC on September the 1st. Reclaim the fallen city of Gildenarch in this gothic, high-renaissance action-adventure RPG. In Crimson Moon, you embody the form of Nephilim, a violent half-human, half-angel hybrid forged to defend humanity from hell using supernatural powers, weapons, and melee combat abilities. Over the course of savage, replayable runs, you'll slay your way through an ever-evolving horde of demons, undead, vampires, and hell-growth abominations in visceral, souls-inspired melee combat. Yay! Culminating in brutal boss encounters with the fabled dead gods. Whether you crusade alone or slay together in two-player cooperative play, the prophecy is yours to fulfill, so rise, Violent One, and hail the Order of the Crimson Moon. Endless Legend 2 launches September 17th. Everything's on September 17th! For the PS5, Xbox, and PC, and physical editions will be available for the PlayStation 5. The console versions are newly announced, and a demo is available on all platforms. 2 physical editions will be available for the PS5, created in collaboration with Strictly Limited. Timelines will be confirmed at a later date, but pre-orders are available now through participating retailers worldwide and the Strictly Limited store. In the face of receding oceans and cataclysmic events, players must establish and develop a sprawling network of cities as they fight for dominance over an ever-shifting landscape. Raise formidable armies led by mighty heroes, each with their own unique attributes and skills, and uncover the secrets that lie at the heart of the world. The mysterious Sand Shapers emerge as the game's 6th major faction. As the oldest civilization to inhabit Saidha, they remember a time before the planet was covered by water, and it's their sacred duty to terraform the planet back to the desert world that it once was. As with all major empires in Endless Legend 2, the Sand Shapers bring a new faction quest to tell their story, along with new units, heroes, technologies, and traits, and will be available in the custom faction creator. Attack on Titan 3 launches on December the 10th. Pre-orders are now available, coming up for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC. So it looks like there's a standard edition, a steelbook launch edition, and a digital deluxe edition. So because there's a steelbook, obviously it will get a physical release, although I looked for it and I didn't see anything, so I don't think it's out for pre-order yet, whatever. The title is a compilation of the Attack on Titan game series, allowing you to experience the story from its beginning to its conclusion. The game features brand new story developments in addition to intense new battles against the 9 Titans who make their first in-game appearances here. Memorable scenes from previous titles have also been rebuilt to offer a fresh experience. I've gotta say, as someone who's never watched Attack on Titan and really doesn't know anything about it, I have to wonder why it's called Attack on Titan 3 if it's telling the entire story from the beginning to the end. I would assume that Attack on Titan 1 and 2 would have, that would be the beginning, that would be the middle, and 3 would be the end. So, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I have no idea. But it just seems confusing to me as an outsider looking in. Super Robot Wars Z2 Ruination Remastered has been announced. This is a remaster of a PSP game that came out in 2011. It says platforms and a release date have not yet been announced. The trailer is literally 15 seconds long. We don't really know anything else about it, but it is getting a remaster. If you've played this PSP game, I would like to know more about it. Let me know. Anomalith and Crimey demos are now available for the PC. Looks like survival third-person shooter is Anomalith, and Dark Bishujo roguelike action game is Crimey Light. Okay, whatever. They're available via PC, via Steam, and it looks like Anomalith is coming out for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC on October the 29th, and Crimey Light is coming out for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC on November the 5th. I will say this, as a third-person shooter, don't care about Anomalith at all, but the Cry series, I have played those games before. I didn't particularly like them, but I don't know, Furyu is so hit and miss. It's like, they'll put out something really great, and then they'll put out, some trash. So, you just never know what you're gonna get with them, you know? Whereas PlayStation reported that 90+% of their sales were digital, Nintendo is reporting that only 61.5% of its sales are digital, leaving roughly 40% of their sales being physical. So it looks like physical is still very, very, very safe over on Nintendo systems. One thing to note, though, in these reports, they are counting game key cards as a physical sale. So don't think that that's a digital sale. If they're physically selling an item in a box, they're counting that as a physical sale. But this is still good news that physicals are still definitely here to stay over on the Switch 2. Hopefully we've also seen that they are making smaller and smaller cartridge sizes so that, they'll be cheaper for third parties to use, and then hopefully some developers, Square, will start using them for their games. And saving the best for last, one of my favorite series of all time, Octopath Traveler. Looks like we're getting an Octopath Traveler 3 in 2028. Woo frickin' who? This is from Asano himself. He says, HD 2D, which was born with Octopath Traveler, has gained recognition over the past 8 years, and I feel that it's spread considerably now. Octopath Traveler has also reached its 8th anniversary, and we're now looking ahead to its 10th anniversary. I am well aware that expectations for 3 are the highest, but I feel a little sorry that I can't say anything more at the moment. So that's definitely saying, hey, we're developing something. I can't really talk about what we're developing, but guess what? The 10th anniversary is coming up, so, look forward to something in the 10th anniversary. He's basically, Octopath Traveler 3, 2028. Calling it right now, right here. Here it is. So yeah, that's it for the news. Thank you all so much for watching. Totally appreciate it. And as always, have a good day.